Kia ora, another hot night for many parts of the North Island last night, and as we go through the next few days, we'll be keeping hold of those warm and humid nights as well. We'll also find heavy rainfall pushing back on towards this western coast of the South Island. You can see on the satellite chart this area of cloud out towards the Tasman Sea. That's our next feature, running in towards the likes of Nelson and Tasman and down towards Westland over the next few days. You can see though, this afternoon we'll find a few more showers that spring up across the central parts of the North Island, just at risk of one or two heavier, perhaps thundery ones. But the main area of wet weather will be that western coast of the South Island. Some heavy rainfall pushing through there, and that rain spilling across as we head through the night time tonight and towards the early hours of Thursday morning. Now to the north of that feature, we've still got plenty of warm air, and we are going to find our nighttime temperatures staying very high and humid across the North Island. Check out that minimum temperature there for Auckland, 20 degrees Celsius. In fact, over the next week or so, our temperature won't drop below about 20 degrees Celsius in Auckland until Tuesday of next week. So more hot and humid nights to come. Down south, a different story. We are going to find some cooler air across the likes of Southland, but we'll keep hold of that high humidity and very warm air mass across the North Island. Now into Thursday, you can see we've got a lot of activity across the South Island. The heaviest rainfall on that western coast. There are some severe weather watches and warnings. We'll find some rain. It makes its way across towards the eastern coast, and even the chance of some thunderstorms through parts of the Canterbury Plains as well. Now generally things are quieter on the North Island, but you can see even as we head through towards the afternoon, a few of those showers springing up through the central parts of the country once again, and crossing towards the southern parts of Hawke's Bay. Perhaps some rumbles of thunder through there as well, but you can see there's much more in the way of clear sky and brightness up across the North Island, and an improving story for the likes of, say, Auckland, once any early showers clear away. The South Island, though, has got a fair number of severe weather watches and even a warning for heavy rainfall for the likes of, say, Westland north of Haast as we go through the daytime on Thursday. That warning there runs from 3 a.m. on Thursday through to 3 a.m. on Friday. But with more wet weather pushing in from the west on Friday, we'll find watches as well down for the likes of Fiordland, Central Otago, and even find that warning may well be extended with another burst of rain on that western coast for Friday. Heading back to Thursday, though, you can see the North Island has got some brightness and some sunshine. Another very warm night leading in to Thursday morning. Any showers around those northern parts should become much more isolated and clear away from the likes of, say, Auckland, so an improving day through there. But you can see with the heat of the day increasing, we'll catch some of those showers developing around the central plateau and down towards those southern parts of Hawke's Bay, particularly as we head in towards the afternoon on Thursday. It will be a very warm story, though. We are looking at our daytime highs quite widely back into the high 20s, 28, 29 degrees Celsius in some of those spots, parts of, say, Wanganui up into the 29s, some of the warmer spots through there. And also on that eastern coast, Hawke's Bay, Gisborne, again up to 28 degrees Celsius. Generally for Wellington, a pretty decent looking at story. We'll find our daytime highs climbing to 24 degrees, and I think just a bit of patchy cloud for the capital itself. Down on the South Island, you can see we've got that wet weather in towards Westland, up to Buller, and even in towards the Nelson, Tasman area as well, spilling across in towards the east. Now, while the heaviest rainfall will be on that western coast, we could find some heavier showers in through parts of the Canterbury area, in towards the Canterbury High Country and the Canterbury Plains, and even down south we'll find some showers or perhaps some patchy rain arriving towards the end of the day. But the heaviest rainfall will be on that western coast. We could find as much as 200 millimetres of rainfall into the ranges of Westland. And like I say, the heavy rain on Thursday and again on Friday, well worth keeping an eye on the forecast. Generally, temperatures across the South Island a little bit cooler, not unpleasantly so, up towards those areas in the north. 25 degrees Celsius, our top temperature for Blenheim once again, and with a fair bit of that warm air overnight. Lows in the north, 18s and 19s as we head on in towards the early hours of Friday morning. As we go through towards Friday, we are going to find another burst of rainfall feeds in with that next front pushing in from the west. Also some strengthening northerly winds around Fiordland and down towards Southland. There's a watch out for those winds as well. You can see we've got a fair number of showers up in the north. As this high pressure starts to pull away, things becoming a little bit more unsettled. But we have got that next burst of heavy rainfall on that western coast of the South Island for Friday, so we're likely to find some more watches and warnings. Strengthening winds as well through parts of Canterbury up towards the likes of Wellington as we go through and towards Saturday. And for the weekend, keep an eye towards the north, another area of low pressure set to bring some windy and wet conditions back towards those more northern parts of the country as well. So it is all change, I think, for that second half of January. And of course, this is a tropical cyclone season, so the team here at Met Service are keeping a very close eye on the tropics. As we go through towards the weekend, we start to see more activity up towards the Coral Sea, potential there for something forming up through the Coral Sea tropical system. So do keep a close eye on the forecast. There's still plenty of time to finalise where the system's going to move, if it moves in towards Queensland, or if it moves out towards the Coral Sea and further towards the east. So there's still plenty of uncertainty there, but it is looking like things are getting much more active up through the tropics once again. So do keep a very close eye on the forecasts. And as always, you can find all the information you need at metservice.com.